1:05 p.m. EST, 6:05 p.m. UTC. And today we're going to talk about Kyan. We've had our trading competition going on for the last 3 weeks now. We're into the fourth week of the trading comp, second phase of Epoch 2. So we're going to go over a little bit about the competition. We'll give you a TLDR on that. Talk about the prizes. We'll show some trades on Kyan, how it works, show you how the cool P&L cards can be posted, clarify crystals a bit, all that good stuff. So where do we start? I guess, what is Kyan, right? I've said it many a times before, but Kyan is a low latency, high performant derivatives exchange with standout features such as portfolio margin and combo trading. We currently offer options and perps for Bitcoin and Ethereum on the trading competition. When we go live, we will go live with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Arbitrum, and other assets to follow. Let's talk about the trading competition so far. So I have the UI pulled up on my screen. Connect my wallet real quick. To be clear, entry is not over. If you'd like to come and join, feel free to go over to alpha.kyan.blue, connect a wallet, and upon connecting your wallet, you will see a balance of 250,000 testnet USDC there. So as you can see on mine,
free to participate.
Yeah, it's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything except your time. So you can see I'm not a total idiot, even though I just clicked random things the other day, and I'm up $8,000 because of the price action today. So trading comp TLDR. Come to Kyan, you get some free testnet funds to trade. You can go ahead and search over on the options, perps, combo page. Select different options that you'd like to purchase. Perps here. You can select, let's see, what do I want to do? What's the price right now? I'm looking at it. I'm so silly. I'm so used to like having to look back at my my Steam Deck. Even when I'm looking at a chart, I'm like, wait, let me swipe back. All right, so there's like no liquidity there, 93.77.
Oh, that's because I'm hitting it hard right now. I'm taking all the liquidity.
I bet you are. So I have one-click trading enabled, so you'll see how quick this is. Just click, boom, trade successful. And I bought a BTC perp.
Show us that P&L
portfolio. I will. I wanted to come over here and so over here in BTC, all orders. It's my options. Go to ETH. Where are you?
Which one did you buy? Did you just add the perps?
I did. This is my option position that already existed. I bought the other day when we were on screen.
Did you close?
I didn't close it yet, no.
No, did you close the perp on accident?
Maybe. Come back here. Fucking Marty's stealing all the money.
I'm hitting ETH right now.
Dude, leave some for the rest of us.
ETH is super liquid. There's like, I don't know, 5 million best ask.
There's my ETH perp right there. All of my positions for ETH will be here. If I go back to BTC, options. So if I want to share P&L card.
The cat, so good.
I like this cat.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Copy, share.
I like him with plus 0%.
And all I'm going to do is paste. Boom. Testing.
I think Juicebox hit us hard this morning.
Did he?
I think so. Somebody hit us for 2,000 ETH contracts. People are just aping, dude. Oh, they're just buying. Nobody bought any puts from what I can see. They're just buying calls. Literally just buying calls.
Oh, there's Juicebox. What up, what up, what up? He's in the chat.
Juicebox,
Oh,
Juicebox, what's your P&L?
So yeah, as you can see, my perp here, click on BTC, my options here. And yeah, Marty, I did. I closed out the perp that I had open for BTC earlier. That's why it's missing.
Might make sense.
Yep. So yeah, trading options is just as easy. Come to December 12th. Calls on the left, puts on the right. For the 12.
Dude, go a little deeper in the book, dude. We're at 3,400 almost. Dude, we need more strikes. Tell Ro to get us more strikes. I was like, why are those in the money 0? I'm like, oh, because it's $1,000 away. So crazy. What a move today. What a move for the coins. We needed this, I think, to get our morale back.
Oh, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to share my screen and show you what?
Ratio?
Go ahead and share your
That's
screen.
what they're talking about. How do I share it? Share. All right. Can you see that?
I'll add it.
Can you throw mine
up? Yep. Juicebox said he's up almost 6 figs again, but he was pretty red last couple days because of Delta and buying tops.
Hell yeah. Are we live on my screen? I can't see.
We're live on your screen.
Well, this pump's saving everyone.
Well, I don't think Juicebox can compete with this. So shout out to devs for holding it down. Dude, what a move. Seriously, $1,000 in the matter of a couple of weeks, 2 weeks, we had $1,000 move on ETH. This is Icebox P&L. Juicebox's P&L right here. You can see front end is basically getting hammered. We have minus 1,500 delta just on the 11th, which is insane because it's before FOMC. I guess it covers FOMC now. So it was just the Friday, but now we have the dailies. So somebody absolutely rinsed us. I need to be able to share this P&L. You can only share P&L on bot. I'm not sure. We need to ask Ro, but you can see somebody's absolutely rinsing us. I'll share this one later. This is what it looks like when you have a bunch of a bunch of options. When you come through, this will go by expiry all the way down. So if we don't do anything, if we don't delta hedge, if we don't close out any perps, things will just slowly fall off and tick off as new orders come in. These change. ETH is a little more tight because of not as much capital there. Really need to get through today so we can survive. We're not at liquidation levels yet, but we're getting quite high. This is all of my orders. We can go line by line. If anybody wanted to take a screenshot against winning against me. Then we have our perps hedge. There's a limit on perps right now. I think it's 500K because somebody was able to get millions of dollars of leverage even though they weren't supposed to. Shout out to that guy. Does that guy get points? Does he get anything? He needs a bounty for sure for pulling up that. What did he get? Like 30 million or something? Forget exactly what he got.
Definitely needs QA bounty.
Get that guy a bounty for sure.
Yeah, it was like 30 million. I think.
Yeah, 30 million.
And then it started getting liquidated.
Yeah, forced liquidation. That was great. And then Ro yesterday added in these colors because people were getting a little confused because it was all just white. Your short is now red. Your longs are green. Your P&L was always in color, but this was something that people were asking for.
Why is your one-click trading not on?
Because the bot. It messes with the bot if I resync it with the handshake or it messes with it. So if you're trading API, don't use one-click trading or also throw things off for a loop for a minute. We also have the power just to nuke the whole book. We can just cancel all orders and they'll pop up in I don't know, 30 seconds or something. Is the leaderboard up yet? Do we know who the...
Yeah. Leaderboard's up for Epoch 1.
Look at that.
Denton, you wanna go through and talk about kind of how the leaderboard works? I know there's been some questions in Discord, as well as talk about crystals a little bit.
So for week 1, week 2, you mostly got it for basically trades that were in a certain delta range for options. That's what qualify you for crystals. And then the top 25 by P&L are gonna get bonus crystals that are still not visible. And then for these 2 weeks that are still not in the leaderboards, it's gonna be based on P&L plus another formula that we're doing that I guess what I could say is that it's a little bit in favors options over perps, but you can still trade perps. You can still get crystals for that. And then the top 25 of this week, or Epoch 2 as a whole, I mean, the top 25 have an additional 25,000 USDC, real USDC price pool. So,
dude, who's this guy? Who are these options apes, dude? 100, 120 mil. The next up, the runner up is 47 mil. Who is hammering perps? We can see.
They be trading.
Dude, more options volume notional than perps for the leaderboard. 120 versus 92. That's huge. So you can see this guy lost and still got the most crystals. So, you don't need to be a profitable trader to compete. I think people were worried or scared, like, oh, I need to be number 1 on the leaderboard to compete. This shows number 1 on the leaderboard is a losing trader. He's down 8% or something of his total balance. Next week is or Epoch 2 is straight P&L, right?
Yeah. And the top for the previous one will also get bonus crystals. So it still pays to be the top, but you can get something by just participating.
It's free. Come and test it out. Come and trade. this is how I look at the perps board when I was hammering it. I was like, okay, there's 100 million of liquidity. Because sometimes I need to do a huge order. They limited my powers, and I think it's only 500K now.
No
Yeah,
one
500K limit, right?
no one man should have all that power.
Dude, give me the power, dude. 500K limit. I mean, I guess there was some questions about limit and market limit. Now the go-to is limit when you're clicking around. It's instead of market limit.
Since you brought
For
it up, why don't you just give a brief overview of the difference between the 3 order types: market limit, limit, RFQ.
RFQ is if there's not enough size on the book, which if you go down to the dollar amount, there's plenty of size for anybody to get off any size within a dollar. As this gets chipped away, it gets replenished. It's not a super fast market making bot, but it will replenish. So you'll see when there's somebody hammering this 2 mil or 1.7 mil, this dollar will go away. Spread gets a little wider. It's testnet. Don't cry. Limit and market, I think, is where the confusion happens. Everybody it used to be market. On day one, it was market, and the wording was just market. There was no dash limit. And people were getting a little confused because they were putting this, let's say they were a little tighter, and they were like, okay, I don't understand this max price. The max price is the most that you're willing to pay, which people were confused because they were like, it's a market limit. It's a market order. I just want to take the whole book. If I want to put a $113 million order, I want to take that whole clip. I don't care. I don't care about spread. I don't want to do any more math, any more calculation. I just want to fire away. So we can see that mid is 33.7450. This would be the max price. This will get filled because it's only 500K. But if this was, let's say, I don't know, 20 million, part of it wouldn't get filled, and the rest would be sitting on the book. The market limit also, you couldn't put it as like a bid. You couldn't put it down here. So I always advise just use a limit. So when you put the limit, let's put it for 33.72. We have to go through I don't have one-click trading. So give me a sec. Probably have to refresh now that I relaunched it. 500K. And post only, I guess, for anybody who's wondering, it wouldn't allow you to cross the book. So post only is not a taker order. If you just fire this above, let's say at 33.75, 33.76, it's just going to take that order. If you put it as post only, as long as there's not a taker bot on the other side, it will just look crossed on this book because there's nobody taking. It's just makers posting orders with no takers. So there are some times where you could pick somebody off by where they accidentally put a post only. This was on by default on day one. I told them to take it off because people were getting crossed and mixed. So we go here, 33.72, 500K. I need it to fill anyways. It's going to drop my margin, so I don't care about posting it. And we'll see here, this boom, it starts going up as my order gets posted. There you go. Now my order's posted. We go to open orders, perps. We can cancel this as well. But I was working with the front end team by going through step by step. Boom, it's already canceled. Going through step by step on posting an order because it was quite confusing at the very beginning. People were just crossing the spread with the post only. This is also good till close. This is good till the day. So this is going to stay until you close it. This is going to close every settlement daily at midnight UTC. I hope anybody who came and traded on week one can come back and try some new things, because it was quite confusing and was not very user friendly on day one. And team listened and shipped out all the fixes for any comments, questions, and concerns that we or any of the public had. It's a little different, right, guys, when you have to build in public when everybody's yelling at you versus you got to do the quick fix. You have to fix it now versus on our own timeline.
Testing in prod.
But I think in perps, if I'm understanding correctly, this will just become a market. So it will work as any other perp exchange anybody has used. So there's not a max price anymore, best fill price, or most that you're willing to pay price. You're just going to put price, or you can even go size and ETH and fire into the book. Now that there's tons of liquidity, this 500K order will get filled instantly. You could just keep crossing the spread on a market. That's one of the next updates that they're working on.
Yep.
Let's see.
We got another cool thing coming that will be ready for mainnet. I don't know. We haven't talked about it at all, but one of the UX pieces that I think are really important is the feeling of being able to trade from anywhere. That when you're depositing to Kyan, you don't need to find out what network or what chain we're on. We're on Arbitrum, but it shouldn't matter to the end user. So in the deposit screen, I'm going to reshare my screen just so I can not have to direct you.
I stopped sharing.
So if I come over here, expand. Oh, I forgot. I got to reload it. Okay. So if I come up to equity here, you see this deposit screen show up. I'm going to have to do something that I really never wanted to do, but man, I have a crazy glare right now. Dun,
No.
dun, dun.
Oh my God. Jesus.
My
eyes.
This glare is crazy on my screen right now. All right, so come over here. I'm going to click equity, and I'm over at this deposit screen. This is being completely redesigned, and it will allow you to deposit any asset from anywhere. We'll be using the new version of Socket on the back end. Shout out to those guys. They've been a partner of ours for a really long time. But essentially, you'll just come here and you'll choose from this drop down from your list of tokens that you have in your wallet, the amount that you're going to transfer. And on the back end, it will do the bridging, swapping into USDC and deposit into your wallet that you're creating an account with on Kyan. I'm sorry. The new flow is it'll deposit directly into your Kyan account. So that'd be really cool because it will eliminate the friction of you going, oh, it's on Arbitrum. Let me go find what's the cheapest Arbitrum bridge. Let me go bridge and swap there. Oh shit, I don't have any gas on Arbitrum. Now I have to do another bridge. And I hate that overall experience for people. It turns me off sometimes, especially if I have time. I'm like, oh, I don't really feel like doing this. I'm fucking gonna go do something else and come back to this. And then I never do. So that'd be cool. You'll see all that just right here on the deposit screen. Dude, it looks so different in white. All right, one-click trading. So Marty had mentioned, if you're using the API and you have bots going, don't enable this. But if you are not, I highly recommend doing this for a more seamless experience. It will allow you to use Kyan the way that I was showcasing earlier, where you didn't see any approval messages popping up. I didn't have to sign anything. I found the asset, or I found the instrument that I wanted to trade, and I was able to just put that into my cart and purchase it. And the same thing kind of goes for here for the combos. You'll see As I click on them and it pre-populates the different strategy or the different instruments for the strategy. I can come here, go to order book prices. I always forget. Let's see, credit of one. And boom, trade successful. So right there, what I was able to do is I was able to bundle 4 different transactions into one essentially and purchase 4 different options all at the same time. And then if I click on this,
within a few seconds versus going through the book and manually doing one, getting different prices, not getting fills, that sometimes could take minutes.
yeah, and here's my combo. You see everything down here in your positions page or the positions drawer. Easy breezy. And it will do this for any of them. Custom, we haven't really talked about this, but you can add perps to these. You can add additional legs. So, if I want to make my own custom strategy, I can build up to 6 positions. I can add a perp.
I guess the other reason you would use a combo is you can also use it to get out of positions. So when you go through the book, I don't know, let's say you have 5 positions on, and you're going one by one through the book, depending on your strategy, depending on what you have on, your margin can get super wonky, super sideways, and sometimes it won't let you close out in the direction that you want. Sometimes you have to close out in a specific direction to close out a multi-leg trade due to margin constraints, especially on smaller portfolios. So if you have the combo trade, you can put whatever your orders you want to close, your perp order that you want to close, all in one bundle. You do it. Your margin closes and lowers all at one time, not up and down, playing ping pong. I think it's something that people should look at using to also close positions.
While you're talking about margin, go over these numbers real quick that they're seeing on the screen here and why those are important.
Initial margin versus maintenance margin. Just depends on how you're looking. If you are accustomed to isolate a margin and just buying calls or buying puts, you wouldn't have any margin. Like that number doesn't move. So you have $100, you can buy $100 worth of options basically, and that number doesn't move. What the premiums paid is the amount of money that you have in your account is the amount of premiums that you can pay for. When you just have portfolio margin, which it's in the roadmap to add isolated margin for people that are used to that, you have initial margin and you have maintenance margin. When your initial margin gets above 100% is when you start to get liquidated. I guess we can cover kind of 2 things at once, but liquidations in Kyan are a little more friendly. You're not just going to be instantly liquidated. They're going to try to put on a delta hedge for you if you have a bunch of options, which could instantly lower your margin. You could be totally safe. You could survive some crazy move like today. I'm sure a lot of people got pushed into liquidation if they were short today. And initial margin is the amount of money you need, and then the maintenance margin to open a position, and then the maintenance margin is the amount of money that you need to keep the position open. As you start to build more sophisticated or complex or multi-leg, I don't really like using the word complex, but let's say a call spread, you have a call that you buy and a call that you sell at a higher. They work together to lower your initial margin. You're not going to have to put up, I don't know, let's say you buy the call for $5 and sell the one above for 10. You can even put stuff on for a credit. Portfolio margin allows this to happen where you wouldn't get those benefits of multi-leg options with isolated margin. And I think a lot of people are used to isolated margin in perps land, but all the options fellas are pretty comfortable with portfolio margin.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I do have a question. Are we ever going to have a slider perps isolated with the slider like a regular perps experience, or are we always going to have this version of perps? Because this version of perps is very familiar for people who have used Deribit, but very unfamiliar to the hyperliquid and perps traders of the world.
Well, isolated margin is on the roadmap. It is one of the, I guess, next core features that will be coming to Kyan. Um, and I think I've been trying to think of like a different design than just a slider, but I think we'll probably will have to have a slider, and it's just we'll have to get creative with how that slider looks and feels. Maybe I don't know.
And there's a slider for closing too.
A what? A slider for
I like
closing?
my sliders for closing trades.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For percentages of it of the position you want to close.
Uh,
I
Moshin
feel
Ali said, I feel that setting parameters in the combo trades is a difficult step for novice traders. I
well.
would agree. I
Yeah,
would
I was
agree.
gonna say I totally agree. Combo trades are I would say not generally for novice traders. Um, and it is meticulous. You have to, y- the strategy or the bias that you have and the strategy that you want to put on, you have to know kind of what you're doing. And then from there, you have to know what positions, what instruments you're wanting to add together in order to play out your strategy and bias. Um, that said, for our novice traders who are, feeling a bit intimidated by this version of the exchange, we do have an academy that is live. If you go to academy.premia.blue, we have an introduction to a lot of this stuff for you. We will have a specific combo article that comes out. We've talked about it in the past, but it hasn't gone over the UX flow. I'll also probably make a couple looms after the trading competition to just kind of show people and walk people through how to use the different functions and features of the platform. But yeah, if you're confused about portfolio margin, you can go here at your own time, own pace, go over portfolio margin and isolated margin differences, initial margin and maintenance margin ratios, how the liquidations work on Kyan, and then take a little exam.
I would say if you are starting out, I would just look at like a call spread, like or a put spread. So just you're buying one call and selling another. Usually for a debit, you can, I don't know, let's say it's more price directional. So I don't know, let's say you think we're going to be above 3,500 by the end of the week. You buy the 34, you sell the 3,500. And if it's above 3,500, you cash. Maybe we could have a simple, sit like it, I don't know, for beginners, like you're going to cross the spread guaranteed. It's going to be a market order. Let's say you don't even see any of the Greeks, you just see a price and you're like, that's a good price. Maybe for the call spread, put spread, for the two leg options, we could have like a beginner mode that's just cross the spread. I just want the position. I don't care. Where if you start looking at butterflies, condors, maybe you want to you don't want to just mark it in four different legs. It also should be uh, a time for people to learn and educate themselves. But I also do understand the side that some people don't give a shit and they don't want to learn. They just want this position. I want to trade it, so let me trade it. Maybe we could have a beginner just cross the spread on these two-legged options. Like there's not even the Greeks. Don't confuse anybody. There's just a price. I'm sure you get both ends. Some people will say this is amazing, and some people will probably say this is predatory, right? Um, you can't help anybody or everybody, but I think it would be interesting to see like a beginner version, just cross the spread, market order, fire. for the two legs, the call spread, the put spreads, the straddles, the strangles.
Yeah. You know,
Cover
we have
calls
combo.
and puts are pretty easy.
Yeah, but cover call is just like going into the book and doing one leg, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Call spread, I think you get a little confusing on your call spread. Okay, let's say you use RFQ. RFQ is you're going to get one price, but let's say you don't have the capital requirements to RFQ. Like 250, 500, whatever size they decide to go with. I think it would be interesting to see like a retail cross the spread, call spread. You just put in the two strikes and buy. You don't have to input anything. It's just as long as it's within some constraint, maybe, I don't know, 10,000 of premium, 20,000, 25K of premium, that's still a lot, right? For a retail trader, but something where they don't just absolutely lose their shorts, right? It
Yeah.
would be interesting. Or 1K premium. I have no, to test it out so people don't get liquidated. Could be an interesting thing. Some limit on the beginner version that you can just ape cross the spread, put in the two prices, call spread, done.
Something like this, nice and easy for beginners. I just want to add protection if the price goes down.
See, something like that. So you could have buy, sell, two strikes, a date, an ape. But Premia's always had a previous versions always had a beginner way, a beginner order type, order book. I'm not sure exactly what you want to call it, whatever
Like a
this screen
P&L
is.
calculator.
Yeah, it always had a one click kind of shop. I think with
Yeah,
this
I like
next
that.
iteration, we were like, let's focus on more institutional clients and more pro-tail clients. But when you look at it, people still want to ape. Motion says a video tutorial by the team would really help understand combo trading. Yeah, I can do that. Weka and I can do that. Go through the book, go through the combos.
Yep. Definitely possible. What other questions we got? We're coming up to
Juicebox said
time.
I only buy Bitcoin options. Thanks,
That's so.
Juicebox. Thanks.
Tutorial.
Have you thought about selling puts? Have you ever, Juicebox, why don't you do risk reversals? You get double the payoff and you get the call. You can pretty much get the call for free. You sell the put and you buy the call. It's double the risk. You can get a call for free, basically, if your put premiums cover it. Did we have any questions in the Discord, Denton?
Let's see.
Doesn't seem like it for the stream.
Okay. No, I think going through and doing the video tutorials with the combos, the perps, the options, the portfolio page, explaining IM, MM, even how to deposit would be good. Motion said, I've been trading perps and options, but I had my share of difficulties understanding combos. Okay. We can put something digestible together for sure.
Mm-hmm. There's some stuff in the app for specific things, but we should definitely be focused on this.
When I try to do a call butterfly in the combo trade, it does insufficient liquidity. How do I know which prices have liquidity? Yeah, we need to do a better job highlighting that, because what you have to do is kind of check the book.
Yeah, you almost need the book on like a
Yeah.
different screen. Nobody else has built it so you can see the book and the combo at the same time. Usually these combo orders are not from the order book prices. So I don't want to say that we're the first, but I think we're one of the few that provide it from the order book prices. The rest are RFQ. So it didn't matter what strike, what price. When you fire it, the makers are going to come and they're going to say, "This is our price," and take it or leave it. I think that is something that solves some of this liquidity issues when you have an RFQ as well. So like, oh, you just put in the condor, the four legs, the four strikes are auto-populated, or sorry, the maturities are auto-populated. You pick your strikes, and then you pick your size. You hit fire RFQ. Somebody fires a price, and you either take it or leave it. There's a lot of that in the more pro-tail institutional side. And sometimes you see like, oh, I could go to the book and I can get a better price, but try to go to the book, doing 500 contracts each leg, crossing the spread, getting filled, maybe you get a worse price after fees, maybe you get a worse price after crossing the spread, and you're better off just taking the crappy price. It's not crappy, but the worst price that the maker gave you to do it all at one time. I think that solves a lot of a lot of the liquidity issues, where it's instead of going right to the book, you just get an RFQ and that's the price. You take it or leave it.
Yeah, so if you were watching when we did that, what I did was I'm pretty sure that if I would have had it on order book, I probably would have gotten. No, I could check order book price. Let's see. Yeah, see, I'm going to run into the same issue you're saying: insufficient liquidity, added strategy. So if I want that, right, we'll go edit, and I go to RFQ only. This button changes to request RFQ. I sent that here, and you can see down here awaiting response. I'll make it light. Waiting responses, and this order here is out, hoping Marty or someone else picks it up.
Yeah, it just depends. Like, we're also trying to test in production and be as realistic as possible. I know the test net's coming to an end, but we also have to make sure our book is working. Some stuff we don't want. Some stuff other makers would want, some stuff we want. Let's say our book is super skewed. Maybe we want to get out of a position. We'll also put orders on the book that we want to get out of at a better price for you as a retail. You need to start watching the order books, and you can probably, dude, just yesterday I picked up I didn't pick off us. I picked off somebody else. The same guy keeps going into the book, putting some bid for like $40,000 on a contract that's worth $100. And every time I click trade it. I don't have a take or bot running. Click trading it, pick that guy off. Boom. I think it was 5 contracts or something. You could make a quick 200K. Unless like, guys, that's there. You could have hit the top of the leaderboard with that trade, and I just keep manually checking every couple of days to see if anybody's doing that. Moshin says that would be great. Thanks for answering all the questions. Of course. We'll get the RFQ up. I think that will solve a lot of. We'll just RFQ to everything. That should solve a lot of people's concerns. And it's different when there's 5 makers on and 5 are replying to RFQ, or there's a maker that's just for RFQ in mainnet. When it's just testnet and there's 1 or 2 makers going back and forth, testing in production, things swing. Well, like the other day, we were getting liquidated, dude. Somebody picked us off so bad that we have to turn on the Delta hedger or close out some positions against other makers.
The juice was loose, dude.
Dude, Juicebox is going crazy, dude. No, and it's also being realistic, right?
Yeah.
The team doesn't just give us $10 billion and say, okay, go quote everything. It's like, okay, here's a realistic amount of money. Go do the best that you can. If you need more, ping us, but it's not just like here's $1
This is
trillion.
a realistic testnet simulation.
It's I understand, providing the best experience for day one, but also we have to test on our end. We don't want to get picked off in real life. We need to be making sure our quotes are right, making sure our RFQs are right, timing is right. Like, I think right now you could probably pick us off. Our quotes stand for up to 60 seconds. You can easily pick us off, but in mainnet, that's not going to be a possibility for you. Sorry. So have fun while you can now.
Yep. You still have all this week to compete for crystals, cash prizes, as well as other prizes. We got some really nice merch that we'll be sending out to some people. This time the merch will get to you, I promise.
Which one are we going with? Arc'teryx or Patagonia vests or?
I don't know the brand that DK got, but he's got a plethora of items. No fish fleeces though, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah,
Those ones
sorry.
are great.
Did you pick one up?
No. I left you. I'm not a dad yet. I left you to the fish fleece.
People love it, dude.
Oh, for
People
sure.
love the
At the
fish fleece.
barbecue, at the neighborhood barbecue.
Yep. At the
Gotta
neighborhood
wear it.
barbecue, at the old house part, the 40th birthday parties. People are really enjoying it. Yep. All right, everyone. Appreciate you joining us today. If you have any questions after this stream, feel free to stop into the Discord, tag one of us, ask away. The other thing is these are all recorded, so if you missed part of it or you're catching this later on, don't want to watch it on X, feel free to visit our YouTube channel. You can watch all these recordings over there. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy Le Pump.
And go trade.
Oh, wait, we got one more. Is the rewards point
Go trade if
system
you
being
haven't yet
manually
on
managed,
Kyan.
or is there some algorithm managed the board? As in, like,
Both.
both. There is filtering to ensure no foul play, and there is like an algorithm that we put together to allocate points.
No, like for us, we don't get qualified for points, right? So we're siphoned out.
Yeah, Marty doesn't make any money. I don't get any points. There were certain identifiers for people that were using the exchange pre-trading comp, as well as addresses we've collected from our early testers, and those were all barred from being used. So anyone using that address, they were automatically not counted. So myself, Denton, this account I'm showing on my screen with only $8 grand on it, that's my original account that I've had, and like I don't get anything for that. So yeah, we do some manual
If you
filtering.
just trade normally, you got nothing to worry about.
All right, enjoy your week, everyone. Enjoy the pump, like as I said, and we'll be in Discord if you have any other questions.